Welcome back to Allison Customs Project Car TV. I'm Jeff Allison, and thank you for watching.
Alright, so another project that I guess really kind of been putting off is I need to finish taking this brace out, this lower windshield mount, and the trim that goes along the dash back here. See right there. And I've got a new one right here. I need to get that one welded in. So I've decided now is the time. So I'm going to get a couple tools, panel splitter, and can't even see where the spot welds are on this, so may end up just kind of cutting it out in pieces and taking it, chiseling parts of it away one at a time, but we'll get that off here real quick.
Okay, so the reason I'd kind of been putting this off is that I had assumed, and correctly so, that I was going to have to chisel out all this metal one little piece at a time and then use a grinder that you'll see me doing here later. And I just use a 4.5 inch, like a cutoff wheel, kind of grind the head off of the spot weld after I get most of the metal out of the way. It's just a time-consuming process. This video ends up being about 12, 13 minutes long, something like that. And it probably took me an hour and a half or so to chisel all this and then grind off the heads, and additionally then clean up the metal, put some primer on it, and then waiting overnight before you can actually get some welding done. So I'll let you get back to watching here, and then I'll put some more commentary in as we get a few other things done. Okay, now that I've got most of this cleaned up, it's kind of time to start test fitting the new panel piece here, the new rail. Of course, once I get it flipped over and pointed the right direction. It's close to fitting. It needs a little bit of curl to it, but that's just a matter of really just kind of clamping it in place, maybe putting a little bit of pressure on it. And then what I'm pointing out here is the tabs that hold the cowl panel in are actually touching my filler panel there, so those will have to be trimmed down, and pretty much just a little bit of grinding on those and it all cleans up. Wire wheel here just to finish the cleanup on the existing surface rust, and then I'll be ready to throw some primer on there to protect it in the long term. Okay, of course my mic still wasn't working here, but all I'm doing is basically getting everything centered up, make sure I'm happy with the position of the new rail and lower windshield channel there. And then what I was trying to point out here is that where I would be punching the holes along that upper flange so that I could weld back into the factory locations. And a bunch of plug welds, just one every couple inches along there is more than sufficient, kind of duplicating what we'd already had. I think in this video I didn't bother to show you welding when I was doing the plug welds because it's boring and you've seen it 100 times before. But there's basically two surfaces there. There's the surface that along the dash, and then there's a surface kind of along the cowl, so both of those will get a few welds in it. With that done, then windshield could be reinstalled just to test fit, and then of course this windshield's getting a flush mount, and so we'll be working the A-pillars and the roof a little bit, as well as this panel for filler. There you can see the holes all in place and ready for the weld.
Coming in locked, coming in loaded, ready to rock, ready to roll, hammers cocked, coming in hot.
Thanks for watching Allison Customs Project Car TV. Like us on Facebook and check us out at AllisonCustomsOnline.com.